Welcome to Mechanisms of Brain Dysfunction. This introductory video is going to give you an overview of the class and the resources available to you. Probably the most important resource would of course be the syllabus. This contains links to everything that you need to successfully navigate the class. You have a link to the Dropbox. This is very important. Dropbox is going to host all of the files that we use in this class. There will be paper sets you'll be asked to read in the last half of the class. There will be exams that you'll take. I'll put up links here. There will be homeworks. There's already one homework in here. We'll have... Alright, well, we'll just load it back up. We'll also have some narrated lectures. So I'll give you a slideshow. I'll talk through it and upload it to YouTube. I'll put all the links here. And then there will be quizzes. And there's, in fact, a link to a quiz here. So you go into the folder. The Chapter 1 quiz is right here. You click there. It's going to prompt you to open up a new tab. There it is. Just simply fill this out, and I will email you your grade once everyone has completed this. Now, how do you know when things are due? We know where things are, but when do we do whatever it is we need to do? Well, this second resource here, the Google Calendar, is going to keep you up to date. For example, on the 18th, you should read Chapter 1. Then on the 19th, you should take the Chapter 1 quiz. And then after that, after the quizzes are in, then I'll upload the lecture for you to watch. So the reading is going to be done from the text. You should all have purchased Neuroscience, the 5th edition, although earlier editions are fine. So read Chapter 1 from the 5th edition of Neuroscience. Then head over to Dropbox. Take the quiz that you can find here. Every quiz is going to be named so that you'll know what it is. Chapter 1 quiz, Chapter 2 quiz, etc. And then watch the lectures. And you'll be doing that for essentially every chapter until we reach the point where we'll take an exam. Along the way, we're going to have homeworks that are due. The homeworks are again on Dropbox. Everything you need for this class, except for your textbook, can be found on Dropbox. Everything. So make sure you are familiar with Dropbox, you know how to get there, you know how to find your way around. Alright, you'll go here for your quizzes, lecture, homework, exams, and then papers to read. Okay. You might be wondering about your grades. The bulk of your grade is going to be determined by exams. Alright, our exams are going to be multiple choice, and we'll have some short answer. Open everything, use anything you want, I don't care. Don't cheat, of course, you know, there's that whole academic integrity thing. I'm going to give you your exams on Fridays, and I expect them to be turned in that Monday. And you'll see this on the Google Calendar. We don't have an exam in January, but if we look in February here, you'll see that on February 10th, that's when I'll expect you to start Exam 1, covering Chapters 1 through 4. You have that whole weekend and that Monday to turn in Exam 1. And you may use anything you'd like. The exams will be a Google form. You'll want to fill out all of your answers on there. This way I can quickly grade your exams and get you your scores in an efficient manner. The exams are going to cover topics from the reading, weighted heavily toward what I talk about in my lectures. For the multiple choice, the short answer questions will also address that, but you'll also be asked to read brief snippets of papers and interpret data. Okay, so it's not just rote memorization and recall of material. Have to actually work with data and use what you've learned from class to make sense of it. The homeworks are probably a little different than what you've ever done. These are going to be graded in part by your classmates. So that means you're going to be answering questions and you're going to be giving feedback on those exact same questions with your peers. Homeworks are found in the homework folder. When you click on this, it will prompt you to open up a tab, and it's going to make you create a copy of a Google Doc that has all of the questions on there. You'll simply fill it out and then share it with me when you're done. Everything is explained here. So to start the homework, you go to Dropbox, make a copy, and answer all of the questions. Only work in Google Docs. Do not use anything else. If you use another word processor and copy and paste your answers, I will assume that you're cheating and give you the appropriate grade. If you don't work in Google Docs, you're not going to get a good grade. So only work in Google Docs. Okay, as written in bold here. Don't use another word processor. Once you're done, you'll share this assignment with me. You might be wondering, how do I share a Google Doc? There's this very large blue share button here. You click that. That's how you share. You'll enter my email address here, and that's it. It's just that simple. You'll share it with me. You'll obviously not click cancel. Then I'll review it, and I will send you an email to tell you which one you then need to review. Because the last step here is that peer review. So you're going to look at someone else's homework and you'll comment on their Google Doc to let them know whether they're forgetting something. Maybe they didn't answer a question completely, or maybe they answered it incorrectly. So this is a way for you all to learn from each other. I'm going to look to make sure that the peer review is done. So your grade is determined by the quality of your answers and the quality of your review. This might seem a little complicated right now, but it's actually very straightforward. Answer questions, then give feedback on the exact same questions completed by someone else in the class. Quizzes. Quizzes are prospective. That means I'm going to ask you about material that I haven't yet lectured on. That's why I upload the lectures after the quiz. I expect you to read, take notes, and then answer a few multiple choice questions. So there will be a Google form available, not surprisingly, on Dropbox. So if you head on to the Dropbox, go into quizzes, there it is. This is worth 10% of your grade, and you'll do it before the lecture. You could wait, but if you do, I'm not going to accept your quiz. All right. Any late quiz is going to receive a 0, so I don't recommend waiting. Of course, you're an adult. You can choose to take the 0, but you might as well just take the quiz. The last item would be the neurological disease review. This is also worth 10% of your grade. There's going to be a few milestones along the way. You're going to pick a topic, you're going to create a bibliography, etc., etc. I describe all this in great detail here. Here's the link. You'll click on this. This is everything you need to do and when it's due. So you'll be selecting a topic sometime before February 10th. Hey, do you think that's on the Google Calendar? Holy cow, it is. Look at that. There's a whole lot more to go through here, but essentially what you'll do is pick some sort of neurological disease. Then you're going to find peer-reviewed journal articles on this disease. You're going to read them, and then you're going to write a review of the disease. So you're going to tell me about these following items. The features, the symptoms, if you will. How prevalent a disease is, how heritable it is, what causes the disease. Okay, so if you talk about some sort of motor disorder, why is it that we don't have proper motor function? Any treatments that are there, and then future directions that you think that the field is going to go in, or what are the next steps? Okay, like your homework, you need to write entirely in Google Docs. Don't do anything outside of Google Docs, otherwise I will assume that you're cheating and give you the appropriate grade. Everything must be written in Google Docs. Okay, determining your final grade, I'm going to weigh this heavily on exams, so that'll be 60%, homework 20%, quiz 10, and disease 10%. I will be judging you relative to your peers, so the top 20% or so are going to get an A. There might be more than 20% that get an A, there might be less than 20% that get an A. It totally depends on the class, but somewhere in that ballpark. So the top performers will get an A. Those that are above class average will get a B. Those that are below class average will get a C, and those that are far below class average will get less than a C. Again, I expect you to meet my deadlines. Let's see, don't cheat. That's what this says. And then here's a bunch of junk that's required in Lindsey Wilson College syllabi. You can follow this link if you want to find out about any of this stuff. Now, if you have any questions, here's my email. Send me an email. There's no reason to worry about asking questions. I'm here to make sure that everything is clear to you. All right, I don't want some confusion to cost you points. So email me your questions. Keep up with the readings. Make sure you can use Dropbox and Google Calendar effectively. And if you can do that, you're going to be fine. I look forward to an informative semester.